Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome to the latest version 1.0.5 of the Synaptic Airbus A220. Today we're going to do a quick demo flight here with the latest version, and there is quite a couple of things that are new with this version. Now, the probably most important change is that a no cabin version is now included with the aircraft. So for those of you who have performance problems, you can fly a version where there is no cabin, and that should dramatically improve your performance. Apart from that, there are further performance mods and further system changes implemented in this version of the aircraft as well, so that we are hopefully going to have a lovely little first flight. But let's go on board, because it's rather loud outside here, and then we're gonna get in. Now, originally I intended to do a delivery flight from the factory in Mobile today. However, since we've got some performance improvements with the updates, I kind of want to keep it comparable to my earlier videos, and therefore we are going to fly Swiss out of Zurich once again, which is what we did a lot in the very beginning. So, follow me inside, and then we can start with a quick look at the changelog once we made it into an area that's a little bit more quiet, like our flight deck over here. So, let's just take a seat, and then we can start with a very quick look into the changelog of the A220. So, here's what we've got, and we can see a lot of stuff has actually been added system-wise to the aircraft. Then performance improvements in regards to the integrated standby instruments. Then the going down into the arts, we got the no cabin variant for FS 2024 and that lovely type of stuff. Apart from that, a lot of system stuff that we are gonna have a look at into a quick flight from Zurich down to Stuttgart, which is just around a 25 to 30 minute hop over here. Alright, so that's the changelog. Then let's go ahead and jump right into this, get the aircraft powered. So we're gonna start right up here with the batteries number 1 and 2 to come on. And while the airplane is powering up, let's jump down here into the electronic flight bag and import our flight plan from SimBrief. Quick look into the flight plan. So we are the Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. You can already see over here that the route has a little bit of icing on the initial departure. The rest is absolutely fantastic. Then looking into the local airport weather, Zurich, fantastic. Stuttgart, likewise fantastic. And our alternate is Zurich again, so we know the weather is going to be good there already. Cool, with that in mind, we are going to leave Zurich at 0710, arriving in Stuttgart exactly on time at 0755, and our weights are all not really critical down there, cruising in flight level 190, and with that in mind, we can jump down to the fuel section. So 3.2 is the minimum. I see no reason to take extra, let's take 3.2. So load sheet, SimBrief import, and then we can change the fuel to 3,200 kilos, like this, load aircraft. Fantastic. Alright, let's switch to light mode on the EFBs, and then telemetry opt-in. Yeah, it's okay, take my data. Here we go. Alright, so for the checklists, we've got non-normal checklists down here now, associated with any of the ICATS messages that we see. And if we just go on to them, for example, we got the ADS probe 1 heat fail message. You go down here, it automatically gives you the electronic checklist, so that's pretty nice stuff. Alright, now let's go ahead and reset the checklist, please, and we'll just start with the power on checklist. So the ECL is on DU number 2. Whoa, that was quite the macro stutter. Then we can turn on all the hydraulic pumps. The APU or external power is going to go to the external power for the time being, like this. Okay, good. Then let's give the airplane a little time to power up for now. And while it's doing that, we can start with a pre-flight checklist. So first flight of the day. Well, before we do that, let's wait for the... Let's just give it a moment here. The A220 is an airplane that still has quite a lot of bugs in the real world, especially if you start typing around while the airplane's powering. That is bound to go wrong. Nonetheless, we can make some use of the time we've got and just grab a couple of charts. So we take the APC, the AGC, Then, let's see, we are departing from Degas, so probably gonna be the Degas 3 Whiskey departure. So let's just go ahead and find that one. So, Degas 3 Whiskey, probably gonna be on one of those on-off set charts here. Either on-off 1 or on-off 5, probably on-off 5, but let's find out. Why is it taking so incredibly long to load the charts? That doesn't sound right. What if we take another one? Runway 28? No? Okay, we've just got to give this time. Then let's go back and start down here. Alright, so, first flight of the day, ice detector test. Let's go ahead and start that one. Okay, in progress, ice is flashing, and then that is complete. Circuit breakers are checked. Rudder trim can't be done just yet. I'm just gonna take it away. So, oxygen masks. Are checked. Airplane documents on board and checked. OEBs checked. Emergency equipment checked. Gear pins on board. Now, the door for the gear pins is supposed to be included with this update, so I think that's the one back here? Well, or not. Not that one. That's interesting. They're supposed to be here, aren't they? Or are they keeping them up here? No. Okay, yeah, so be it. Then, let's take a seat again and continue. And here we go, here's our departure chart. Diggers 3 Whiskey, that's the on-off 5 set chart. Alright, we'll pin that one. Okay, so, overhead panel. Starting up here. CBR test, still wrong. Okay, up here, everything's good. Like that, everything is good. Here, everything is okay. Let's turn the signs on and the nav light. And with that, the overhead panel is checked. Glare shield. So, let's go ahead and go to max brightness over here, everywhere. Like this. So, glare shield is checked. Displays, that's mostly the maps that we care about. So, terrain, traffic, and for the symbols you can see the special use airspace and the airspaces have been removed because they were too performance heavy. I mean, kinda, I don't know, just write a warning and that's it, but okay. Alright, here we go. So displays are checked, ICAS and info. So the ICAS is checked and the info, that's just the auto flight, is acknowledged. So that's all good. Altimeters. So Zurich QNH 1012. And that's cross-checked. Center panel is checked. Pedestal. Ooh, look at that. The textures for the VHF-1 knob are gone. And the interphone as well. Huh. Interesting. And over here a lot of textures are missing as well. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Alright, then we'll turn the lights on, or rather lights up bright for the displays, like that. And finally side sticks. So there's up and down and left and right. Alright, that's the pre-flight procedure complete. Then let's go over to the CNS pages, transponder TCAS. And let's start with our setup. So we'll be the Swiss. Come on. 1 Foxtrot Papa. So that's gonna be that one. Done. Alright, looks like our data link is actually grayed out, so I guess the mod needs an update. That's fine. Then we cannot get anything from data link here, but okay. That's just about fine. So let's find the voice aids. Ah, did you see that micro stutter? So, AGC and D8 is departure 129.005. So, that's gonna be this one.
Visibility
Let's take a listen and see what we got.
Scattered at 5,500. Temperature 26, dew point 13. QNH 1012. Transition level 9 or 0. TCAS testing in the approach area. Expect brief interruptions. Advise on initial contact. You have information golf. Zurich Airport, information golf. 0950 Zulu. Arriving runways 14, 16. Departing runways 1628. Wind 130 at 4. Visibility 10 kilometers. Scattered at 5,500. Temperature 26, dew point 13. QNH 1012. Transition level 9 or 0. TCAS testing in the approach area. Expect brief interruptions. Advise on initial contact. You have information golf.
Okay, so takeoff weight 52 tons
Zurich
and
Airport.
info golf is on board. Cool, so that's all looking good. Let's calculate, and here we go. Alright. Cool, so then let's get started with our FMS. So, SimBrief dispatch, give me that flight plan, please. Alright, so IRS is checked, GNSSs are checked, and we know that one. So, flight plan, uplink, send that request please. Thank you. Secondary flight plan. And here we go. So, it's gonna be the Swiss 1164 down there. So, leaving at 0710. For our departure, we got runway 28 with the Degas 3 Whiskey departure done, and for the arrival, we are going on to the ILS runway 25, and we're coming in from Reutel, so probably a Reutel 25 transition. Or actually, they filed us via the Whiskey, via the Alpha arrival. Let's select that for the time being and see where we're gonna go from there. Alright, our alternate is Zurich with a cruise level in 150. Okay, so far so good. Then let's activate that, execute. So, wind data, request, fuel data. So, we are at 48,650, block fuel 3,300, taxi fuel 122, and the amount of passengers still to be determined. Now, we got a takeoff 1 rating, and we'll use climb 1, APR is armed, flaps 2, and engine anti-ice on, wing anti-ice and cowl anti-ice off. Noise abatement procedure will be number 1, as always in Zurich, or in all of Switzerland, basically. Then, we got takeoff speeds 120, 126, 133. So, 120, 126, and 133. Alright, set those takeoff speeds. Then, onto the climb panel, and we got a transition altitude of 7,000 down here, which we can execute. The speeds themselves are okay. That's looking good. Alright, then let's go for the route. And I'm just gonna go onto the data page down here. Then give me the Degas 3 Whiskey departure chart. Okay, so straight ahead, Clo 2. Left turn 252, inbound waypoint 552. Left turn 210 knots, back to Cloten. And then we continue via Momol, Kolul, 504, 525, and Degas. So that's all looking good. What the hell? This is like completely wrong. That's not what I entered either, isn't it? Reutel 5 Alpha? Okay, tell you what, let's redo that. Reutel 1 Whiskey. That's better. Okay, well that was my mistake, so it was actually what I entered. Let's just view that again. So, Reutel copy-paste, we're gonna take that one, execute, and then Unser is the final approach fix. Let's copy and paste that, execute. Why do we have it twice now? Why didn't it override it? Okay, execute. Alright, now let's go on to the fix page. For that we need, let's just see, Kilo Lima Oscar, and select that one. Then radial across will be 4 miles, and then we need a Kilo Lima Oscar again, like this, and a left turn onto the radial 252, and then we fly that same thing again on Kilo Lima Oscar until 15 miles. Okay, and then to dipole to hold. Alright, and that's done. So let's quickly check that on the ND. Yep, that looks like what we're looking for. Alright, good. So copy that to the secondary. Then back on the performance over here, 133 as V2. Here we go, and back on the FMS speed control. Heading goes down to the runway heading, 278, and probably 5,000 as initial climb, we'll see about that. And that's it. Alright, cool. Then we can acknowledge the messages down there, and you are gonna go back onto FMS number 2. Here we go, and I think that's it. Alright, cool. So our setup is completed. Then let's go ahead and get our IFR clearance. So, delivery 121.903. Toga, nav, and VNav. Zurich deliveries with 1 Foxtrot Papa, information Victor, request IFR clearance to Stuttgart. So by the looks of it, we still don't have airport maps.
Papa cleared to Stuttgart via the D-3 Whiskey departure. Initial climb 5,000. Departure on 125.955, squawk 1000, expect runway 28.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, clear to Stuttgart, D-3 Whiskey departure, climb 5000, departure 125.955, squawk 1000. Alright, so 28, D-3 Whiskey.
Foxtrot Papa, read back correct. Ground is on 121.905. Safe flight, sir.
121.905, Swiss 1 Fox Papa, bye bye. Okay, good. So, departure 125.955.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Swiss International Airlines Flight 1164, departing from Zurich and heading to Stuttgart.
Like
Please
this.
take your seats as
Then we can already switch ground active, and that's it. The rest of the clearance is cross-checked with squawk 1000.
Do not hesitate to contact any member of our crew. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Cool. So that's all checked and set. Then let's start the APU. And in the meantime, we can do our departure briefing. So, today we're going to depart Zurich on the runway 28, D-3 Whiskey, climbing 5000, and the MSA is, well, up to 12,000 depending on the sector, but 5,000 keeps us safe on the entire engine outset. Extra fuel and time is 0. Alright, so we will be taxiing out runway 28, straight out, crossing that road over here, which is a little bit of a threat, so good look outside, then straight out, right turn, all the way to the full length runway 28. The stop margin is a couple hundred meters, and the engine outset straight at 4 miles, left turn, 257 up until 15 miles, right to dipole, climb to 5000 and hold. If we need to return, then runway 14 is active for landings, and we can pretty much expect a straight in approach. Apart from that, I've got nothing special or non-standard, and I do not have anything out of the ordinary over here. Do you have any questions or suggestions? Any additional threats? Nope. Alright, so that's our departure briefing completed. Then, let's tell GSX to prepare the position for pushback and departure. which is actually departure only. There is no pushback at this position here. And then we can have a look into our load sheet, which shows us a zero fuel weight of 48,804 with 28.1. So 48,804. Oh god. 48,804 and 28.1, and that's 140 passengers. Looks good. Execute. Okay. Good. So our load sheet is looking good and entered, and then we can go ahead and get our startup clearance. Zurich Ground, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, request engine startup.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, hold position at 319er passing behind you, stand by.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, copied. Okay, so let's start the before start checklist nonetheless. So, departure briefing complete, APU or external power, APU on and holding at the beacon. Okay, ground from cockpit. You can disconnect all the ground equipment please and advise when you're clear. So, GPU and shocks are removed. The parking appears, the taxi is literally straight at Alpha, Alpha 1. Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, request engine start. Is there any way to remove all these guys? Because otherwise...
Traffic passing behind you, A319er, hold position.
The traffic has already passed Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, push and start approved, face east.
Startup approved, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. This is a taxi out stand, so screw that pushback part.
Hotel Bravo, Papa Tango, November.
But okay, before start checklist, parking brake set, before start checklist complete. Okay, so engine 1 start.
Papa 2, Yankee 1, Alpha 1, Hotel Bravo, Papa Tango, November.
And while we're at it, GSX, restart Throttle so that we get rid of all that stuff down there. Thank you. Okay, so while the engine start is in progress, let's just say hello to our passengers real quick. Liebe Fluggäste, einen wunderschönen guten Morgen aus dem Cockpit. Hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel. Im Namen der Swiss darf ich Sie ganz herzlich an Bord unseres A220 auf unserem Flug nach Stuttgart willkommen heißen. Flugzeit 25 Minuten, erwarten einen ruhigen Flug in ca. 5000 Metern Höhe. Ja, wir melden uns dann im Anflug auf Stuttgart noch einmal mit dem neuesten Wetter bei Ihnen. Wie Sie ja hören, starten wir jetzt bereits die Motoren und werden uns dann auch in Kürze auf den Weg machen. Vielen Dank, dass Sie unsere Gäste sind. Lehnen Sie sich zurück und genießen Sie den Flug mit uns. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emanuel. In the name of Swiss, I would like to welcome you all on board of our Airbus A220 on our flight to Stuttgart. We're expecting a flight time of 25 minutes with a cruise altitude of around 5,000 meters. Now, as you can hear, we are already starting the engines, so we will be on our way momentarily. For now, thank you very much for being our guests. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And we will get back to you with the latest weather just before we start the approach to Stuttgart.
Information hotel is now current. QNH 1012.
Okay, we've got 1012 anyway. Engine 2 start. So, one more engine to go. Kind of interesting what flight simulation is going to look like in the future when you've got those enormously long engine starts. Like the 320 Neo does it, the 737 MAX does it, the 220 does it. So everyone will be sitting there for engine starts, wasting like 2 or 3 minutes. But yeah, I guess that's just part of the future of aviation. I wonder what those new open fan engines are going to be like on their startups. Probably not too different.
Hold short of runway 28.
Hotel 1, Hotel Juliet, hold short of runway 28, Lufthansa 1, Whiskey November.
Alright, we are past the motoring. Okay, ground, we have 2 good engine starts, you're clear to disconnect, show me the pin on the left hand side please and have a wonderful day. Bye now. Okay, here we go. So, before taxi checklist. APU off, engine anti-ice cowl auto, engine anti-ice wing auto, flaps. 2 selected, flag controls. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, and neutral. ICAS and info checked before taxi checklist complete. Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, request taxi.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, taxi to holding point runway 28 via Alpha 1.
Taxi to holding point runway 28 via Alpha 1, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. Okay, so as briefed, straight out, right hand turn.
Swiss 1 Echo
Good.
Tango, cross runway
Clear
28.
left side, clear right side.
Cross
Man, that was
Swiss 1
lagging.
Echo Tango.
Alright, taxi light on, park and brake off, let's go.
Lufthansa 1 Whiskey November, cross runway 28.
Why is nothing happening?
Cross 28, Lufthansa 1, Whiskey November.
Oh, because park and brake doesn't release. Okay. Now it does. It's always weird when I'm flying a proper Airbus first and then the Canadian Airbus second. I sometimes forget my
arm doors and cross
park and brake assignment
Ladies and gentlemen,
on my wing control,
International Airlines flight
Airbus Throttle,
1164,
and then it blocks
Zurich
the
to
park and
Stuttgart.
brake on the vertical cockpit
Our
in
estimated flight time
the
is 30
Synaptic.
minutes. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for frequent flyers.
Alright,
Fasten your seatbelts by
before
inserting
takeoff
the metal tip
checklist.
into the buckle and pull to tighten. The seatbelt must be fastened.
So,
whenever the
APU
seatbelt
bleeds
sign is
off,
illuminated.
FMS,
Please return your seatbacks and
Set,
turntables to the
trims.
upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff and landing. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight
down
mode.
3.3,
Larger devices must
flaps,
be securely stowed.
2, anti-ice,
Smoking and the use
auto,
of e-cigarettes
auto brake,
are prohibited
RTO,
anywhere on
ICAS
board,
and info,
including the
checked,
lavatories.
thrust, checked.
Oxygen masks will drop
Runway
automatically
will
if
be the
required.
28 full length
Pull the
and
mask
standing
firmly.
by for the
Place it
cabin.
over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Secure your own mask before assisting others.
What's
Life
that
vests are
lawnmower
located
there?
under your
Ah,
seat.
Croatia,
Put it on
okay.
and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft.
Right, they're one of the last Dash 8
Floor level
operators in
lighting will
Europe
guide
now.
you to the nearest exit, which may be behind you. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings
Really
behind
pity that the
and follow
LGW Dash
instructions
8s are
immediately.
gone,
If
but
a power bank or any electronic device
I guess
becomes
that's
hot
the
or
course of
catches
nature in
fire,
aviation.
Inform a crew member immediately. The safety information card contains all details. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, cabin ready before takeoff checklist complete.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, contact tower on 118.1.
118.1 Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, bye bye. Zurich Tower, good morning. Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, ready for departure.
Approaching 2-8.
Check.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, Zayn 4 Rich Airport Tower, runway 28, winds 140 at 5, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 28, cleared for takeoff, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. Okay. So the checklist is complete and we are basically ready. Happy with the rolling takeoff? Damn, look at the performance here. Huh, it's really laggy lining up.
2-8.
Okay, auto thrust is on. Take off.
Lufthansa 1 Whiskey November. Hold short of runway 34.
3-4, holding short, Lufthansa 1 Whiskey November.
$80 knots thrust set. Man, fuck, this is laggy. I can count the frame rates here. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Autopilot. I just want to see how it's gonna perform on this departure. Because as you can see, we got that left turn to intercept the fix outbound.
1 Foxtrot Papa, contact Zurich, final departure on 125.9er, 555.
125.955, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. That tower voice was definitely broken. Zurich departure, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, passing 3,500, climbing 5,000.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot
1,000 to go.
Papa, Zurich final departure identified. Climb flight level 100.
Climb flight level 100, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. Set, 100 checked. It is flying a bit fast here, huh? Okay, reaching the acceleration altitude. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1. So airplane, what are you doing? You're supposed to intercept this line over here. Flap 0. Speed check, flap 0. I wonder if flap 0 should tick before the flaps are actually retracted. I wonder if this is sensed from the actual flaps or from the flap lever. But well, after takeoff checklist, I guess, checked. After takeoff checklist complete. Okay, so we're up and in the air. It's, well, kinda tracking the track it should have flown. Set standard. Standard cross-checked, passing flight level 75 now. Checked. So I wonder what the turn is gonna look like now. Just to be sure we rated correctly. 051 inbound to Zurich VOR. Or rather to Kloten VOR. Alright, then let's see what's gonna happen.
Tango November
I mean, the 25-degree bank looks good. 1,000 to go.
Direct best, so King Air, Papa Tango,
I'll
November.
capture. Okay, it's flying correctly. It's just that the arc that it's drawing isn't correct.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. Okay, set, 190 checked, level change. Yeah, the line drawing is weird, but the way that it flies at 25 degrees bank, I mean, it could probably have gone to 30, but other than that, looks quite okay.
Papa Tango, November.
Papa Tango, November.
So that seems to be just about fine.
Dear guests, we are now at a safe altitude.
Alright, so, passing level 100.
In flight mode. Our cabin service
Gonna keep the seatbelts fastened until we finish the turn here. Because otherwise I'm sure some people will open the override locker, stuff will fall out. You get the idea. Normally, flying into turn shouldn't be much of a problem. However, when you are flying... You know, however, when you are getting some turbulence or so, that is where things have a potential fall out of the lockers and stuff. Alright, and now we can start acceleration. Alright, 275, here we go. Remember, on the chart you can see that the 210 knot limit is actually for the turn. However, since there is no waypoint here, the way it is coded in the FMS is that it's overcloten. So that's the reason we can override this and just go to manual. Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, any chance to proceed direct to Reutel?
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, no direct to Voyager. Proceed as filed via DGUS.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, just to confirm, it's Reutel. Alright, now we go.
1 Foxtrot Papa, direct Reutel approved, maintain flight plan thereafter.
Go to Reutel, Swiss 1 Fox Papa. Okay, Reutel direct. That's a lovely little shortcut. And our plane is climbing so well, that's really nothing to worry about. Alright, so top of descent in 30 miles. Then let's start with a look into the arrival charts. So, Stuttgart, search, APC, AGC, stars, and ILS 25. Let's just get started on the stars here. Passengers in the back must be thinking we're drunk with all the left and right turns. But hey, who cares? Alright, let's just update the direct one more time. Reutel, execute. Okay. Good, here we go. So let's release our guests.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, contact Swiss radar on 133.05.
133.05, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. Bye-bye. Swiss radar, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, flight level 170, climbing flight level 190.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, Swiss radar identified, Sally.
Okay, 1000 to go. Vertical speed. And then, do we have charts by now? Yes, we do. So the Asus is on 126.130.
Zero 7. Wind 010 at 6. Visibility 10 kilometers. Fuel 4100. Temperature 22. Dew point 16. QNH 1011. Transition level 70. Advise on initial contact. You have information
Swiss 1
X-ray.
Foxtrot Papa, expect the ILS runway 25 approach into Stuttgart. Verify information X-ray.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, we were checking X-ray as you called. Expect the ILS runway 25.
Lufthansa 63 Mike, climb to flight level
Airport.
320.
Information X-ray.
Leaving flight level 310 for flight level 320,
Arriving and
Lufthansa
departing
63
runway
Mike.
07. Wind 010 at 6. Visibility 10 kilometers. Fuel 4100. Temperature 22. Dew point 16. QNH 1011.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa,
Transition
contact
level
Stuttgart
70.
approach center on 119er decimal
Advise on
85.
initial
119.85, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa.
Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. We are pleased to offer you our delicious Swiss chocolate and refreshing apple juice, which are quite popular among our passengers.
Stuttgart approach, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, flight level 190 in Mount Reutel, information X-ray.
For your attention, and enjoy your flight.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, Stuttgart approach center, thanks for X-ray. Identified, Morgel.
Okay,
187 Delta, climb to flight level 200.
so according to the Atus, runway 07 is active. However, they are telling us to expect 25. That's basically going to, that's basically what they call suicide operations down there in Stuttgart. Let me show you what that looks like. So, since the terminal is located up here, 07 is the better runway for departures. However, 25 is the better runway for landing, since you can just vacate at the end, and then you end up straight at the terminal. So, that's why they often do this when they don't have much traffic, that departures go on 07, arrivals come in on 25. That's just easier. Okay, so, let's have a look. We start the approach at Unser in 4000 with a 3-degree glide slope. And we've got Unser 4000 and, well, no glide slope in there. Okay, I'll just
Swiss 8 Mike Bravo, climb to flight
have to
level
accept
240.
that. Then the minimum is 1390.
Climbing to flight level 240, Swiss 8 Mike Bravo.
Here we go, 1390. And other than that, do we have anything interesting on here? Don't think so. Nope, missed approach straight at 4.2 DME, right turn to Luburg. Okay, and down here we've got waypoint 5000, then a right turn and a right turn to Luburg, climbing 5000. That's good. Alright, one thing that the airplane should be capable of doing now is to enter the runway fix, and then I'm just going to enter 25 miles here for MSA awareness, and we can clear all the others.
Eurowings 83 Foxtrot Alpha, descend to flight level 190 at your discretion.
Excellent, so no
Descending
auto brake,
flight level
straight in
190,
landing,
Eurowings
and
83 Foxtrot Alpha.
flaps.
Eurowings 83 Foxtrot Alpha, traffic
Okay,
12 o'clock
5
and
knots
12
extra.
miles opposite direction.
Set V speeds. Here we are.
Negative contact, Eurowings 83 Foxtrot Alpha.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, request descent.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, descend via Reutel 1 Whiskey to 4000 in Stuttgart, QNH 1011.
Descending 4000 for the Reutel 1 Whiskey, 1011, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. Set, 4000 checked, set QNH. And 1011 is just checked. So, currently start descending.
Swiss 92 Whiskey, climb flight level 200.
Oh, that's interesting. I set the QNH and that led the airplane to climb for a little bit. And I guess, since it was climbing again, it removed the VNAV path from view. Probably not how this is supposed to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude
Especially
and have
since it
started our
was
approach to
such a
Stuttgart.
shallow climb.
Please return to your
But
seats.
okay, we're
Stow
aware
your
of that
cables
now.
And fasten your seatbelts.
Now let's find
The
the
use of
vertical
lavatories is
path
no longer
again.
permitted. Thank you for your cooperation.
Let's do 290 to catch the path, and that's it. Alright, cool. So, the preparation is done. Then let's start with the approach briefing, please. Alright, Hotel 5 Whiskey arrival for an ILS approach runway 25, and the minimum safe altitude around Stuttgart is just about 4,000, down to a minimum of 1390, go around right, and 5,000 feet, and apart from that we've got nothing special here. Extra fuel and time, I have around 15 minutes. Alright, thanks for that. We'll fly an ILS approach with flight director guidance, flaps 4, idle reverse, auto brake off, to vacate the runway at the end if there is no traffic, otherwise one exit earlier. Stop margin is around 500 meters, and we vacate the runway to the right hand side. Then we'll have to see where we're actually going to park. We haven't received any parking yet, but it's basically just come off the runway and then somehow Sierra Lima 2 Mike to the gates. Probably somewhere up here or up here. Okay, do you have any questions on the briefing? I've got nothing special, nothing non-standard, and yeah, 4,800 the MSA. Forgot to correct that earlier. Alright, cool. Then that's our approach briefing completed. So, 15 minutes to landing, fasten seatbelt sign is coming on. Let's see if the cabin is going to do a PA. If not, then I will do one.
5 Romeo November. Climb to flight level 400.
Okay, looks like I'm going to do one.
Leaving flight level 360 for flight level 400, easy 25 Romeo November.
Liebe Fluggäste, aus dem Cockpit noch einmal der Kapitän. Wie angekündigt, haben wir jetzt unseren Anflug Richtung Stuttgart begonnen. Wetter in Stuttgart aktuell wunderschön, 22 Grad mit einer leichten Bewölkung. Vielen Dank, dass Sie heute unsere Gäste waren. Wir wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Aufenthalt, gegebenenfalls eine gute und sichere Weiterreise und würden uns freuen, Sie auch bald wieder an Bord eines unserer Flugzeuge begrüßen zu dürfen. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, your captain speaking. We started our descent to Stuttgart and we have a remaining flight time of about 10 minutes. The weather in Stuttgart is currently fantastic, few clouds and a temperature of 22 degrees. Thank you for choosing to fly with Swiss today. We hope you enjoyed your flight as much as we enjoyed flying you, and we look forward to welcome you all again on board our future service. Thank you very much for your attention, and we wish you a nice and safe continuous journey. Okay, I'm back. And then, let's turn the VSD on.
Easy 86 Mike Juliet, continue climb to flight level 400.
Alright, cool, that's it.
Flight level 400, easy 86 Mike Juliet.
So, descent and approach checklists, please. We can override this. So, descent and approach, FMS is set, minima 1390 set, auto brake off, ICAS checked, arrival briefing completed. Descent and approach checklists complete. Okay, here we go. Very good, we're about to reach 10,000. I take it the speed's probably not going to start reducing. So here's what we'll do. VNAV off, level change on. And now we are reducing. Perfect. Okay, reaching 10,000. And the lights are coming on.
Uniform Alpha, contact Swiss Radar Center on 133.05. Have a good morning.
Good, speed's coming back.
Switching to 133.05, Ryanair 49 Uniform Alpha.
The arrival leads us all the way into the final, that's good. And that's it. Let's just find that CDAR transition, because I have a feeling that the Reutel...
Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away,
so 6,000, 5,000, 4,000,
your seatbelts are fastened. The weather in Stuttgart is currently 22 degrees Celsius and it is clear. Our assigned gate is
Alright, so a little bit of speed break here.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Flight level 160 at your discretion.
Let's get down, back into the
Down
profile.
Level 160, Alpine 95 Echo Hotel.
So, can we see the field? Yeah, there it is. Fantastic weather, isn't it? Beautiful flying conditions. That's how short haul is fun, especially when there's no delays involved. So, the plane wants to start reducing. We're around 10 miles from Unser. That's actually fine. Still a little high, but not too bad. I'm gonna keep the speed brakes out for now. We also do have that 5,000 restriction here, so that's also good. Means we don't have to change our FCP altitude all the time.
Climb flight level 400, KLM 63 Victor.
Okay, flaps 1.
No speed restriction.
Speed checked. So, we've got around 4 miles to the next waypoint, another 4 miles thereafter to Unser, so our altitude is actually okay. Spoilers are coming in. And the glide slope's coming in as well, down here.
Speedbird 926, Charlie, when ready, descend to flight level 300.
Leaving flight level 340 for flight level 300, Speedbird 926, Charlie.
We're not officially clear for the ILS yet, but I just want to try and see what happens. Approach is armed. Because the localizer is just coming alive. Flaps 2. Speed checked. And vertical speed. Let's fly down into the glide. And here we go. Localizer capture, glide slope capture. Go around altitude 5,000 set.
Charlie Lima. Contact Swiss Radar Center on 133.05 so long.
133.05 to Air 3 Charlie Lima.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, are we cleared for the ILS approach?
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, expect the ILS runway 25 approaching to Stuttgart.
Yeah, no. Not expect, but cleared. Anyway. I'm not gonna go around because AI does AI things, so we're established. But look at the tracking error once again. Look at that.
Contact Stuttgart Tower on 118.805.
118.805, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa. Stuttgart Tower, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, established ILS 25. So look at that, it's actually flying us, there's the runway, there's the apron, and it's flying us onto the terminal.
Tower, expect late landing clearance, runway 25.
Taliban Air waterproof. Alright, 6 miles out, flaps 3, gear down. So now it seems to be realizing that it's doing something wrong. And flaps 4. Speed check, flaps 4. Landing checklist. So altimeters, QNH 1011, flaps 4 indicating, cabin ready, before landing checklist complete. Alright, it's found the center line. Impressive. Okay, this does actually look quite okay. First speed is 136, so... Whoa, what is it doing? Here we go, 136 is set. Okay, looks good. We're a tad fast, which is expected. Checked. So auto thrust is a little bit sluggish, just as expected. Then let's see how the glide slope's gonna perform over here. We are on the glide right now, and we are showing 3 wides. And looking outside, it actually looks like we're a little high as well.
Yankee is now current, QNH 1011.
Okay, QNH 1011 is checked. Okay, manual flight.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, expect late landing clearance, runway 25.
But this glide slope is definitely off. Checked. Yeah, shut up. And I don't care about the late landing clearance now. Let's land. Okay, reversers are inoperative. Nothing happens here. So we just have speed brakes, and that's it.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, contact ground on 118.605.
118.605, Swiss 1 Fox Papa.
Eurowings 2755, winds 360 at 5, runway 7, cleared to land.
900 meters remaining.
Hello, Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, request taxi to the gate.
600 remaining.
Alright, manual brakes. And here's our exit.
Swiss 1 Foxtrot Papa, taxi to Terminal 3, Gate 15 via India Lima 2 Mike. Good day.
India Lima 2 Mike, Gate 15, Swiss 1 Fox Papa, good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stuttgart. Did you know that Stuttgart is home to the Mercedes-Benz and Porsche museums? Thank you.
Okay, so Terminal Gate 15. No follow me. Handling by Stuttgart Airport. So the routing is straight ahead towards the gate. And then we can do the after landing items and checklists. Okay, and after landing checklist complete.
Wizz 5 Hotel Echo ready to taxi. Wizz 5 Hotel Echo taxi to holding point runway 7 via November Kilo.
Okay, right side clear, left side clear.
Taxi to holding point runway 7 via November Kilo, Wizz 5 Hotel Echo.
Okay, 15 is a little bit further to the left of that Lufthansa, so that one here. Start APU. Taxi lights off. Weather radar is off anyway. That's all looking good. And here's gate number 15. It feels like we need a little bit of thrust here. It's slightly uphill into this gate. But the 220 should have enough idle thrust that it should taxi and idle. So That is normally not influenced too badly by upslopes. But look at this. Feels like we're doing a Vietnam Airlines with a stuck brake. Come on, how much thrust do you need? Okay, here we are. APU is on. Parking brake is set. Shutdown checklist. Okay, APU external power on APU. Cabin crew, disarm slides and cross-check. So, when are they gonna disarm them? Are they gonna disarm them?
Echo contact tower on
Probably not.
118.805.
Okay.
Over to tower, we 5 Hotel Echo.
So, flight control test required?
Caro 29051
Nope.
ready to push.
Alright, and that's the shutdown checklist complete.
Push and start at your...
Well guys, that's our first flight on the updated A220. Now, I gotta be completely honest over here. I think the performance has actually become worse rather than better. Maybe that's the reason they are offering the no cabin variant now. I mean, I don't know, but it definitely felt quite a bit more laggy than it used to feel beforehand, so I don't know. What's your experience? Be sure to share it down in the comments below. Apart from that, the system fixes do seem to be coming together. Route tracking is still quite a thing there, especially on that on-off departure, where it really wasn't too accurate. Like, this is an airplane that's approved for RMP1 operation. It should be able to do a bit better than that. The ILS, yeah, just gonna let that stand. I mean, hard to say how accurate it is or not. Ultimately, from about 6 miles inwards, it did join the localizer rather well, so there's that. Well guys, and I think that's what I can share for version 1.0.5 for the Synaptic Airbus A220. Let me know how you like it in the comments below. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below. And maybe that would... you know, maybe I could employ some slightly better ground workers with that, who don't try to put the suitcases down there, but hey, at least they can magically beam down onto the loader. Alright, that's my little GSX rant for the day. Thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.